In the days, that was when teams, well, no teams, but one team could come in particular and beat Rangers. That great Aberdeen team. That great centre half, Willie Miller. So how's the season gone then, Aggie?
Not bad. Went alright actually.
Play alright?
Aye.
Think you played well?
Aye, done alright.
Did we win anything?
Nah.
Eh?
Nah.
No. Is that important?
Aye.
No, it's important to win, but you know, they keep talking about initiative level, about the development being more important, and that you develop technically. But it's also important that you know how to win, isn't it? Because when you're away, if you get sisters, brothers, you know, if you play tiddlywinks with your brother, you want to beat him, don't you? It's just a natural trait. So of course we want to win. But I've been impressed with you guys this year when I've watched the Scotland games. You've done well. Looked impressive. As I said at the time, need to write their names down and get them signed, and then I went in next day and says they are signed. So at least somebody's doing their job right in there.
The newspaper back pages are rife with big money transfer rumours. But there's a feeling in the club that these lads could be headlines waiting to happen. Today, goalie Callum joins Billy Thompson for full-on first-team training and a session with the player he hopes to emulate, Stefan Klos.
Right, you go over to the side, and all I want you to do is watch McGregor, and I want you to watch Stefan. Right? In situations, in games here, you watch them all the time, exactly what they do. Right? And if you think you would do the same thing or what you would do in that situation, right? So you watch them all the time, because you'll not get anybody better than that guy's story there. This situation is really, really difficult, right? Because everything's really quick, fast. So your train of thought, your movement's got to be quick. And there he's covered that. As soon as he's followed it across. So he's standing up, he's standing up, he's standing up. He's watching it, he's moving all the time. That's a great save. He's just stood up, he stood his ground. There you can't do a great deal about it. That's a great reaction save, yeah. Exactly what happens there, it comes back out and the boy sticks it away. That's because he's well like that with his fist.
And here's the gaffer's lowdown on how to get a head start.
So I need to make sure I know which one's doing my boots then. Because whoever's done that is going on to superstardom in the past. No, who was it last year? Stevie Smith. You know Stevie? And Stevie's developing well. We're actually thinking of bringing him in to train with the first team at different times this season. And the year before that, it was wee Burkie. And he's definitely going to train with us. So if you're making great progress, we'll be promoting you early to the first team. Squad, training, now and again. I mean, you've already been there, haven't you?
That's good. It's brilliant.
Yeah. You made shot at Arva lads, they look foolish, didn't you?
That's alright.
Hey?
Training's exactly the same as the way he plays. His training's 100%, 100 miles an hour, everything's done perfect. That's what's so good about him, he's a professional, true professional. Helps me as well.
Yes, and across, go on. Yep, here we go, come on, come on. Yes, here we go. And change, well done. Brilliant. Make sure you're playing in his hands, Callum, feeding's important, and we go.
He's quick. His reactions to things are quick.
There, yep, there, back out. There, yeah.
It's just his presence is there.
Yep, back out. Touch.
He's not the tallest, but he makes up for it with his reactions and it.
Yes, Callum. Yes, there we go. Quick feet. Yep, here we go. And change over.
It's a steep learning curve for the 15-year-old goalie, but he's not found wanting as he's stamped his authority on 18's games. And Bomber and co are keeping the manager up to speed on who can cut it at this level.
They treat you like men, you know what I mean? It's not like wee boys anymore and, oh, don't do this wrong, don't do that wrong. You get shouted at and that's it. It's men, that's what you're classed as a man now. You have to be daft, you have to be. Every goalkeeper here is daft, I've lost the plot. I think Klaus is about the sensible one.
I think he's one of these guys that just, everybody says you've got to be daft to be a goalkeeper. Well, I tell you what, he'll be world class, I think. I think that's for sure. You know, and I think anybody that knows Callum, but I tell you what, his enthusiasm for the game rubs off on the rest of us. He's a super enthusiastic kid, he's a great lad, and he works so hard at his game. And even at this early stage, he's a boy that you would like to say he's going to have a chance. You know, and he would deserve it, you know, with the way that he works at it.
Mr McLeish was talking to us before one of the first team games and just tell me what's meant to stay in that. And just, it's good when he's talking to young boys, making you feel important, you know what I mean? He knows your name and he comes and watches you playing. But it should change next year, I'll have to call him Gaffer, you know what I mean? They're a bit stricter with me, because I've signed now.
Long way ahead, guys. It's not just about walking through the door now and thinking you've done it. Hard work. Keep listening to the coaches and respect them. Sometimes you'll not agree with them, but at the end of the day, they're the ones that, when they're wrong, they're still right.
School teachers.
Exactly. But you got to know, you've got to really dedicate yourself. And if there's a wee bit extra you can do in training, you look at the facilities we've got, don't take them for granted. You know, use them to the full and keep practicing. Beckham, they talk about Beckham and his free kicks. I think it's just something that he woke up one day and he could do, but you ask anybody down there and he was out practicing for hours to perfect a special technique. And that's what can be the difference between being a good player and a great player.
Last Old Firm game of the season for the 13s. A stage set for goal machine Chris Craig. Hat-tricks are no big deal for him, but a hat-trick against the Celts is special. Today it's Murray Park, but in his heart, the stages he dreams of are Ibrox and Parkhead. Form like this won him an end-of-season trip with the 15s to Japan, and by the season's end, he'll be locked into an S form, tying him to Rangers until he leaves school. It's a hands-off message to Premiership scouts sniffing about. Another end-of-season game, another Old Firm tussle. Stevie Lennon and the 14s are scrutinised as the coaches decide who progresses to 15s level and the launch pad to a football career.
I have to come in at Christmas. When I leave school at Christmas, George says I have to come in here if I just keep behave myself at school and that. So should I come in at Christmas?
I don't know, I have to go to find out soon. I've got to find out if I'm staying here or not. And once I find out I'm staying, then I'll just need to work hard to get to where Steve is. That's what he's done, worked hard and got there. It's his reward.
Team captain Jordan's been injured for a big chunk of the season, but when he plays, the 14s look unbeatable. He's hoping the watching coaches give him pass marks and a future at Rangers. There may be no doubts about what they can do on the park, but if they've got serious ambitions to play at the top level, there's a huge reality check.
If we get them early enough and get them working hard enough, we're now on to an area where the the youngsters are in 4 nights a week, and that's really got to be a minimum if we're going to take the next stage, because it's so important that we work with them and work with them hard. It's a big commitment for parents, but it's a big commitment from the kids as well.
They brought us in Friday nights, haven't they?
So we kind of go out and hang about with our friends in the streets and like drink and get into trouble and that. And, it's more disciplined. You have to clean all your boots and that before games, and after games you have to take your shoes off and that when you're coming out of Murray Park.
Eat better foods. They give us fruit, water. So it's health sheets and things like that. Just to don't want us hanging about or doing anything stupid, so getting us in Friday nights and that. They tell you if you've got studying or anything, just to bring it in.
I'll take the night off because I've got my exams coming up, and it tells you to take nights off or bring the stuff in and get help. Yeah, so all the coaches are fine with that, taking nights off, because school come first, they say. So they say.
What did you say?
The school come first, that's what the coaches say. Schools come first.
You said that with a straight face. So any boys who think that they can mess about at school and just come here and play football, he's not into that?
No, they'll just get kicked straight back out.
He could be the best in Scotland, and George is he's just there. He said, right, there's a door, bye. So.
And does that mean everybody's booked their ideas up?
Yeah, definitely.
In what way? Tell me a wee bit about it.
Well, I wasn't exactly an angel at school, but I've quietened down a lot now that I know if anything happens in school, then they'll find it. So I've just took my time and quietened down a bit.
What would they phone? Have they phoned us?
They check, aren't they? Check up in school, yeah. They've got to check up, especially Stevie, with him saying the forms. They're going to just need to go to school to sign it.
Come down to school and like talk to your head teacher and that, and then have to sign it.
I think that you need to have a dream, you need to have a goal, but there's got to be a reality. The dream's got to be a reality somewhere. And when you see some of them, the Barry Fergusons, the Morris Rosses, Bob Malcolms, lads that have actually come through the system, I think that that's the dream, and there's a goal there at the end of it, and I'm quite sure if they can see, look how well Barry Ferguson has done, he's come through the system, so the door's definitely open for them to take the next stage as well.
Everybody wants to be in here. It's the main place in Scotland, and everybody in the full youth want to have a contract, so it's brilliant in here.
Right guys, this is where the inspirational team talk is delivered. And this is where, as only he can do, Fernando Rickson poured champagne all over my head on championship winning day. But it's a very traditional dressing room with the old wood. And you think of the fantastic players that have been in this very same dressing room over the years. Jim Baxter, you can smell the history almost. And I hope that you guys are part of the future. And that we can look back in 100 years and talk about Gilmore and Agnew and Johnson and Egbert. Yeah? How would that be?
Brilliant.
That'd be great, wouldn't it? Think you'll be still alive in 100 years?
Nah.
You never know with modern technology. You know, these cryogenics, you ever heard of that?
No.
When your body gets immersed in ice, like...
Don't want that. I'll just lie in my grave, that's perfect for me.
Oh, yeah, listen, you've got a long way to go. Make sure you live life, make sure you become a top-class quality Rangers player. It's a great profession, boys, if you're willing to put in the work as well, and you make sacrifices off the park. Like, all your pals will be doing different things, and like clubbing and pubs and girlfriends. I suppose it's no harm in that, Alan. But the other sacrifices. The boys enjoyed shooting the breeze with you. Reedford, Johnston, Gilmore, Agnew. We'll see you soon.
These 4 new signings are pinching themselves at the thought of leaving school and joining the pros full-time at Murray Park. But fellow Scotland under-16s international Brian Hodge is now a former Rangers teammate. He's chasing a different dream. Although Rangers have blazed the trail with Murray Park, in England, dedicated youth academies are the norm. Brian Hodge has left school and left his home in Scotland for the lure of the Premiership and Blackburn Rovers.
We left about 7:30. Janet was working last night, so I picked her up at 7:30 and we travelled down. This is the first game I've been down this season. Yeah, it's been doing pre-season. This is the first chance we've had to get down at the weekend to see him.
I came down in the summer and I just enjoyed it and I liked it, and the facilities are just as good as Rangers, and my goals are just to get into the 17s team at Christmas and then progress to the 19s and maybe in a few years the first team. I noticed that England, they're in the gym more, like upper body strength and that, and the game's quicker, they play 1 touch, 2 touch kind of thing, where in Scotland it's more, the game's slower, it's not as quick going forward and that, it's more like sideways passes and stuff.
Coaches are very friendly as well, very approachable, and they have a laugh with the boys, and that's what took me on when I came down a few months ago. When you were watching the boys, they just came up and spoke to them and just had a laugh with them, if you're not getting it.
We've been keeping tabs on Brian for a few years now. As at under 12, we've been monitoring his progress, and obviously as he's gone on, he's got into the Scotland squad, became the captain of Scotland, and we'll keep monitoring it, and we hope that coming to Blackburn will further his progress. Kept monitor it, and we hope that coming to Blackburn will further his progress. To have the best chance possible, we feel, if they live here and they eat here and they live the life, they've got a better chance. We can monitor diets, we can monitor any problems. They have freedom, they go home at weekends, but the actual lads actually enjoy it. There's like a great spirit amongst the boys here as well.
That's it. Nice and tidy, Brian. Very neat. Yes, very neat.
Forgot to tidy it.
Forgot to tidy.
He
has matured a lot over the summer.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I think coming down here, even the short time he's been down here,
he's so
we see a difference.
now, he really is. He's
I think he
a
feels
young man now,
he's a young man. Yeah.
Okay. That's all the washing I have to wash when you come home. Good. Good.
He was a small, pudgy midfield player. Didn't really have wasn't a lot of athletic prowess really, but as the years have gone on, the last few years, he's stretched, he's had a growth spurt, and now he physically can manage going box to box. He will develop into a strong athlete, which is so important in the modern game. He can play. He's technically very good. He's left-footed, which helps in the team add a bit of balance, but he's got a very good first touch.
As a family, we realise how hard it is to make it as a football player, and Brian knows that himself. It's always something he's wanted to do since he was a kid, so at the end of the day, he decides to come here, and then it's up to him.
At Rangers since aged 11, Brian's decision to leave wasn't taken lightly.
I've supported Rangers all my life, so it was hard to leave because I knew quite a lot of the boys there, and just had to make a sacrifice so that I'd be a better footballer. And I felt if I came down to Blackburn, I'd make me better. Because the Premiership's where to be, isn't it? It's just the best football. So just wanted to be where the best football is.
Well, you should be jogging through the post here, no walking. Walk the ball.
At Murray Park, it's almost the end of the season, but there's no let-up for the 16s to 21s.
That's all right. Yep.
Ankle strengthening, touch football and conditioning are all on the menu as Bomber gives them a closed season fitness schedule. No repeat of the glories of last season, no trophies for the 18s and 21s, but that's only part of the story.
Gary.
I think the most important thing that we're dealing with is general improvement, general development. That's more important than actually winning games. It's the way that they progress through the system, whether it's between the 15s to the 16s, 16s to 18s and all the way through.
Bring the knee up slower. Right, balance. We've seen the difference a year can make, but for a football side there's been some pluses, there's been some downsides, but we have been working in a programme to build them up, to get them to the next level, and then it's down to their hunger and desire. Hopefully by next season we can get them going again. Shot in your stride, feet flat.
It's a view for the older ones to be chapping at the door of the first team.
Foot backwards, disqualified.
Competitive as ever, the lads are all pumped up for their end of season bash.
As what physio would say, he's lightning. It's frightening. That's Tom Bryant. Last season the manager gave him a chance, started the game. Yeah, he's got the bonus of getting goals, but he's expecting more next season. Charlie Adams took him on the European trip.
He's certainly got the talent.
Won't work hard.
He's always a threat when he gets forward. So
push yourself. No, whenever he comes in, he's a boy in a man's body, so he gives it 100%.
Stevie Smith, one of the younger boys that has certainly impressed us.
He gives it 100%.
He's naturally competitive.
Stevie's got a great opportunity, very athletic.
The aggressive side of his game, he's good getting forward.
It's how far he wants to take it. Stevie Campbell, great attitude. It's a good first year for him. With the Scotland set-up, got a bit about him, a base to build for next season. Landy Dowie, he's got a big year. Definitely offer us more. He can talk and organise. He's got to have the hunger. Scotland's set up when he wins. Got to really push himself for next season. Christopher Burke. Chris is a natural winger, one of the top players in the tournament. The first team squad next season. Go and dribble, and he's a one-off. Drop the shoulder and lose a man was a revelation. Beat another man, provide a cross.
Youth Player of the Year, ladies and gentlemen, Chris Burke.
They're off on their holidays now. They'll be letting their hair down, but not too much.
They come in here, they must look the part. Something that we were brought up ourselves. Do you think David Beckham walked in as a 16-year-old to Man United and walked in with a Mohican?
No chance.
Right? As he becomes an internationalist and the manager realises what he gives to the team.
I'll tell you a wee story about that. When Fergie was at Aberdeen, one of the young boys came in with a skinhead and he made him wear a balaclava at all times till it grew in.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Under-14 striker Sparky McAlpine has left Rangers. He's returned to his old stomping ground. He's banging in the goals again for Hamilton Accies. Defender Jordan McMillan has just turned 15. He's won a deal which matches Steve Lennon's. Both lads are earmarked to be offered pro terms at 17. The dream lives on for Jordan. Skillful but just too small, David Ford has left Hill Park Secondary School. He wants to be an apprentice mechanic and he's on the lookout for another football club. This caravan is no more, but don't worry, the Fords have a new one with an increased capacity. At Rangers since age 12, Peter Leven has fought his way back to full fitness after a career-threatening knee injury, but he's no longer first pick in the under-21s team. In search of a regular game, he's decided to try his luck in England. He's moved on to the nationwide First Division, where he's on trial with Crewe Alexandra. Although Kevin Morrison left Rangers last season, he and Chris Burke have remained best friends, and Burke's still got big plans for this season.
My ambitions this season, just to get in the squad more, and get on the bench and hopefully come on and score more goals. Last time since you've seen me, I came on against Hibs and I scored, which is quite good. It's a good feeling. Hopefully I can get another chance soon. I'm just going to keep working hard. I'm tuned with the first team now.
Obviously I'm thrilled for me, because I've grew up with him and started together, and obviously dead chuffed for him, so hopefully it just keeps getting better and better, and which I believe he will, and get a chance more.
Oh, cheers Kev. Thank you.
Kevin, meanwhile, has been hit with a triple whammy.
I've lost my girlfriend, my driving licence and my job. So
don't worry about it.
Nah, no, don't worry. Basically, since I've stopped playing football, I've kind of went off the rails a wee bit, to be honest, but I'm going to try and get back to getting some kind of condition to maybe have another go at it. I've looked into a scholarship in America. I've been for an interview and with the guy that does it, and he explained all the things to me, and he basically said it was there if I really wanted it. That's something that I would really be interested in if I got back to it.
I'll miss you if you go.
I'll miss you.
As I said to us, if you're good enough, he will give you a chance. So hopefully we are good enough and end up. One day we will be sitting in here with our names in the back of the strips. We'll Neil McCann.
There's some role model to follow. He's different class. Just if you follow in his footsteps, you'll not go far wrong. So that's what I'm aiming for.
I'd love to do that. I'd love to do it one day. Wait for breaking the back. Number one.
Well, I had decided myself that this is where I want to be, because I've loved Rangers all my life, and I thought it'd be brilliant to sign them. When I get a chance, just said I will sign. That was it. So it wasn't really, I didn't even think about it, no sign. I just thought that's where I want to be.
It's a dream to even sign for Rangers, even be here. Just don't know, it's brilliant. So, and as the boss says, if you're good enough, you'll get your chance. So I'm just hoping that at the end of the day I can be good enough and hopefully be sitting in here one day and running it in front of 50,000. So, but Rangers is a place for me.